Welcome to Football with Cheese. So I just got done my video on the Jacoby Myers trade from Las Vegas to Jacksonville. As soon as I'm done editing it, about to publish it, boom, NFL Network pops up. Sauce Gardner, well, Ahmad Gardner, but he goes by Sauce, traded from the New York Jets to Indianapolis Colts. I was not expecting a trade this big. Holy crap. So obviously, I'm making a video about it. I'm going to make one also about Rashid Shaheed going from the Saints to Seahawks. Look out for that one later. But first, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss one of my videos. I'm still stunned. You just don't usually see trades like this at the deadline. Usually you see them before the season, usually before the draft. The Micah Parsons trade, which is very similar, we'll get into that later in the video. But the Micah Parsons trade was right before the season. But most of the time, you see trades for first-round picks before the draft. Teams want to go ahead and use them. Rarely do you see a deadline trade for first-round picks or a player as good as Sauce Gardner. So let's just talk about Sauce Gardner as a player. Then we'll talk about the Jets and then the Colts. Sauce, his first 2 years in the league, he's entering his fourth season. He was a top 5 pick. And to me, his first 2 years in the league, yes, as a rookie and sophomore, he was the best corner in the NFL. He was that good. He's unbelievable man coverage. He's very good at run defense. He will shut you down. The last 2 seasons, and I don't know if it has to do with the dysfunction the Jets have had, because they have been terrible the last 2 years, but he has not been quite the same player. He's been good. He just hasn't been as dominant. And I think that is the main reason why the Jets are making this move. They're worried that he'll never get back to the player he was the first 2 years. Now, the Jets have a new executive running things. Joe Douglas is gone. It's Darren Muge. I don't know how you say that. Somebody in the comments can tell me, but he did give Sauce Gardner an extension in the summer. So the Colts have him for the next 5+ years, I believe. So it's not like I didn't draft this guy, I want to move on from him. They plan to keep him. And the Jets expected to be better than this. I did too. I thought they were a 7-8 win team because I thought the defense would be a lot better. Obviously, they're not as good as the Bills or Patriots. I don't think they thought they'd win the division or anything, but they expected to be better. And I think because he's a new executive and his job's pretty much secure for at least a few years. General managers usually get at least 4 years. Head coaches, 2 or 3 sometimes, depending. But executives typically get a little longer. He's looking at this and is like, we're one of the worst teams in the NFL. We are not going to be good next year as well. Probably not the year after that. We don't have a quarterback. Let's get what we can for Sauce Gardner, who's in his prime. And the Jets got a lot for a cornerback position that has been devalued. But it's hard to find really good man corners. Oh, I also want to mention, the Jets are getting Adonai Mitchell back as well. He's a wide receiver, a second-round pick last year out of Texas. There were rumors he would go in the late first round because he's so talented. He was so good at Texas. But he fell because of some character concerns, not getting arrested concerns, more just attitude. And it just has not worked out in Indianapolis. He's made a few flash plays, but he's also made some real big mistakes. It's not working in Indianapolis. So a change of scenery is good for him, and the Jets could absolutely use wide receiver help. So I like that they got Mitchell in that trade as well. To get 2 first-round picks and Mitchell, that's pretty good. Let's talk about that. Very similar trade in that there was a player and 2 first-round picks. Yes, Sauce Gardner is one of the best players in his position, so is Micah Parsons, but pass rush is typically much more important than corner. So the fact that the Jets got a player and 2 first-round picks, they're going to be late first-round picks, just like they will be for the Cowboys as well. I get that. But the fact that they got a similar trade, that's pretty good value for the Jets. I like this for both teams, by the way. Okay, Colts perspective. Colts have one of the best offenses in the NFL, probably the most complete offense. Obviously, Daniel Jones played pretty bad last week. He's played really well for the most part, but he can't play like that if they're going to contend. But the Colts are going for it. They think they can win the Super Bowl this year, even with Daniel Jones. He has a ton of weapons around him. They have one of the best young tight ends in the NFL, one of the best running backs, really good receiving core, deep receiving core. That's why they were able to trade Adonai Mitchell. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Although they just struggle against Pittsburgh with pass blocking, but the Colts defense has been vulnerable at times. I really thought they were going to go after another pass rusher opposite Latu. Maybe they tried and there just wasn't anyone available that fit what they were willing to give up. But Charvarius Ward is injured right now. The corner for the Colts, he was off to a great start this year. So maybe he might be out for a while, but when he's back, this cornerback room is now a strength. It was a weakness going into the season, and now it's probably a strength. And obviously the Colts are going to play a lot of man coverage because you don't trade for Sauce Gardner and not play a lot of man. So giving up 2 first-round picks, you got a player that's signed long-term, and you're going to get him throughout his prime. So I get this move, but here's the thing. We talked about Micah Parsons' trade as well. The Colts' expectations now are Super Bowl or bust. Same with the Packers when they traded for Micah Parsons. I'm going to link the Matt LaFleur video I made on Sunday. Make sure you check it out if you have not. I'll link it in one of these boxes. But expectations now are Super Bowl. Before the season, that was not the expectation. In fact, most people didn't even pick the Colts to win the division. I stupidly picked the Texans. That was dumb. But it's not just winning the division now and making a playoff run. It's Super Bowl or bust now that they made this trade. Because you gave up a lot of draft capital. Once you do that, you have to win the Super Bowl over the next 2 years. Maybe not this year, but over the next 2 years, the Colts need to win a Super Bowl. Same with the Packers. They need to win a Super Bowl over the next 2 years because they don't have first-round picks in 2026 or 2027. The Rams did it when they traded for Stafford. They gave up a lot, but guess what? In the 2021 season, I believe, they won the Super Bowl. They beat the Bengals. So it worked. As long as you win a Super Bowl, it's okay to give up draft capital. But you better win it because that's a lot to give up. It's not just using those 2 first-round picks on good players. It's the ability to trade up or trade out as well, like we've talked about in many videos. Last thing I want to mention, the Jets are eating a lot of dead cap room, but they have a ton of cap space going forward. Their salary cap situation is as good as anyone in the NFL the next few years. It helps when you don't have a franchise quarterback. You're not paying them $55, $60 million a year. But also, the Jets now have a probable top 5 pick, another first-round pick, and a probable early second-round pick. They can move up to target a specific quarterback in a very strong quarterback class. They also have 2 first-round picks in 2027. They could package 1 or 2 of those if they love a quarterback. Now, they need a lot. The roster's not very good. But still, the Jets have to get a quarterback, and they have to have a coaching staff that can develop that quarterback. They've had a lot of trouble doing that. So, let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this trade for the Colts or the Jets better? The same? Right now, I like it for both teams. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do so now and hit the bell for notification. I cover all 32 teams on this channel. I also cover the NFL draft and college football as well. If you enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. I do a podcast every Tuesday night, so tonight, with my buddy Mike. It's called the Lights Out Podcast. Link in the description. It's 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. We talk baseball, college football, and of course, NFL. We will talk these trades for sure on the show tonight. If you would not, please check these out, and I'll see you in the next video.